Welcome to my cell phone. I haven't even started taking this thing out yet, and already there's a problem. So to get this out, I need a 12 and 14 wrench and socket. I have the wrenches, but the 14 socket is missing. Whoever it was that I let borrow this last, and you kept my 14, I'm coming for you. Alright, well, things aren't going great. Yeah, I was loosening a bolt. It was really tight, and then suddenly it wasn't tight. So, yeah, let me show you what happened. What you see right in that hole is the other end of this bolt. Yeah, that thing is being an absolute pain to get out. And this, let's see if I can show you. This is about how much is broken off in there. So, yeah, this wasn't really a fun job to begin with. Now it's even less fun. Yeah, I don't even know what time it is right now. 11 something, but yeah, I'm gonna keep taking this out and then figure something out tomorrow. But yeah, fun stuff. Alright, so there's no way I'm getting this last bolt out without a socket. There's just no room back here to get leverage with a normal wrench. So tomorrow I'll get a socket and get that thing out, but for now this is going to stay in here. But since I have this here, let's put a light somewhere. Let me show you what we've got going on down here. So, it spins alright. Actually, this phone has like 3 lenses, so let's play with those. There we go. Fancy. Anyway, yeah, it spins, but listen to this. All of that is the shaft play. And actually, let's do this. Okay. So, look at the edge there. Yeah, that's not good. That's side to side, then front to back. Yeah, this turbo has seen better days. So, tomorrow, get a socket, get that out, and everything else is already, loosened and taken apart. And we'll be good to go. Welcome to day 2 of something that shouldn't have even taken 20 minutes, where I have a socket, as well as a bucket of parts that I'm going to need to get the rest of that bolt out of the manifold, because easy outs are not going to do the job. So we got a punch, we got a drill, tap and die set, and yeah, some penetrating spray. So this will be fun. But anyway, let's get that last bolt out and then take a look at this turbo and see what it looks like. This bolt is just as seized as the other one, and I sprayed some penetrating spray on it to hopefully, get it out. The manifold does have 2 sets of holes, so that's why there's an extra pair of holes up there. Anyway, a trick that you can do that I completely forgot to do on the one that broke last night because it was late and I was tired is if you have a bolt that's really tight and doesn't want to loosen, see if you can, try actually tightening it. See if you can kind of crack it tight a little bit and then loosen it. And a lot of times that'll free it up. I've tried it on this one, and I can only go back and forth about 1/8 of a turn, and that's about it. Then it seizes up. So in order to keep from breaking that one like I did this one, I'm going to let this penetrating spray do its thing, and come back in a few minutes and see what happens. So yeah, fun stuff. Again, I apologize for the harsh lighting. I'm using the flash on the camera, but it actually helps to highlight, all the oil spots. So exhaust side is just, covered, drenched in oil. The good thing, though, the one good sign is the intake side is nice and dry. Oh, if it will focus. Anyway, so that's the intake side. It's nice and dry. So luckily oil wasn't going through the intake and all that fun stuff. It's just coming through the exhaust. The exhaust, this gets really hot when you're sliding or just when the car's on in general. So as much oil as this was dumping out, I mean, yeah, it's gonna smoke. So that means the motor is good. Well, I mean, the motor's gonna be good anyway, but as far as the intake and everything, it wasn't like spewing a bunch of oil inside there. So best case scenario as far as this failing. Check out the giant groove cut out, I guess, to balance it. But yeah, that's deep. Yeah, I don't know what that says about the quality of these things, but hey, at least they balanced it. Here's looking at the same spot on the new turbo. And you can see we've got a little grind there and one there, but not nearly as deep as the other one. So old turbo, new turbo. So I need to rotate this housing to match up with the pipes that I have. I will say that this flange, well, I guess this casting right here, seems a little bit better done than this one. I don't know. So these are both eBay turbos, are about the same price. This one's from like 2010, 11, I can't remember. So let's flip these things around. Yeah, there's no oil in it right now, so I'm not gonna spend too much, but oh, can't see in there. Let's fix that. Hey. So all in all, they're supposed to be about the same size, the compressor wheels and everything, and I'm being called right now. So I will carry on. Alright, back to the road camera. I know it spoke fun stuff. Anyway, turbo's out, and like I was saying, the good news is all the oil is going out the exhaust side of the turbo, out the exhaust, not the back of the car, not through the intake, through the intercooler piping, intercooler and into the engine itself. So I don't need to take all the piping and intercooler out to clean it, which is good. Unfortunately, I need to be somewhere in like half an hour, and I'm going to be out of town all weekend. Oh, this thing's getting heavy. And on Monday, I'm going to have to drill out the manifold where the bolt stuck into it, tap it, clock the housing on the turbo, and then slap it in. And then we'll be able to take it for a ride and see if it's not smoking and blowing up and doing dumb stuff right off the bat. And we can get this experiment started. So I will see you guys then. Now it is time to start grinding away at what's left of the bolt broken in the manifold. So I get my grinder, get some ear protection, some eye protection, and of course, one of these in case bad things happen. So I'm going to grind the bolt nice and flush with the manifold, and then I'm going to prepare it so I can, like, you know, drill it out and retap it and all that fun stuff. So then we can finally put the new turbo on. This dumb bolt. I always think these look pretty cool. The shavings from drilling into metal. Anyway, the manifold is tapped with a new with the new bolt or whatever. I'm can't think of words right now. Anyway, it's good to go. So we're gonna have one different bolt now, but that's all right. So now I just need to clock the front of the turbo, and we'll be good to go. Hooray! Yeah, this should not have taken nearly as long as it did, but so issues I ran into were, of course, the bolt broken off the manifold. Had to make a little gasket, but you know, whatever. It came with these, which was good. One of the big issues I ran into that wasn't like my fault as far as breaking a bolt was the hole for the bolts in the back of the turbo aren't threaded all the way. So I was tightening it, and then it would like stop as if it was all the way tight, and there would be this huge gap. And I thought maybe the exhaust wasn't lined up because, you know, this I did have to rotate it a little bit, and it was a mess. So jacked up the car, you know, put jacks under it, did all this fun stuff. Yeah, it was a mess. My dad stopped by to give me a hand with the exhaust because that's kind of a two-person job. But then we kind of realized that, you know what, it's not tapped all the way. So we tossed an extra washer in each bolt, and it tightened right down. Don't worry about that wire, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But it's all there. I need to get new one of these. Actually, I just need to close this off because this isn't even... I don't have a blow-off valve. That's just there for looks. So right now it is late, and I have neighbors that I respect. So in the morning, I'm going to prime this with some oil, and then we're going to start it up, and it's going to start just fine. You know, it's just a turbo swap. Maybe it'll smoke, maybe it won't smoke. We'll find out. And then we get to do some fun, boosty, turbo noise, drifty things. Alright, just because I know that someone's noticed it, and they're going to be like roasting me in the comments about this section of intercooler pipe here and these zip ties. This intercooler piping is for an SR20 bottom mount, and this is not either one of those. So I had to cut what would be an elbow here and straighten it out. And this is the coupler that I had at the time. And yeah, I had to get it running real quick, and it kept blowing the pipes off even when I put some hairspray on it. So I threw some zip ties on it. It's not in the way, so it's just there still. Yeah. But anyway, this, if you know, people don't know, I'm still running a mass airflow sensor. This is measuring, you know, how much air is going in. It's got a filament and a little like thermometer thing. And when I left the foot off the gas, this is still spinning, so it's still sucking in air. So even right after I'm out of boost, I'm taking my foot off the gas, this is still measuring the air that this is sucking in that would normally be like blowing out of the blow-off valve, and it'll make it run super rich. When I get back on the gas, I have a nice big black cloud of smoke. This is a recirculation hose tube, whatever. So when that happens, when the blow-off valve does its thing, it just kind of recirculates air, so the turbo is just kind of sucking in its own air, and nothing goes through here. But this doesn't work. It's probably something real simple, but I really don't care. So I can probably just block this off and call it a day, which I'll do one day. But as you can see, this thing is like nasty and dirty, so I'm gonna do that first another time. Also, this kink right here is because I hit stuff and these got pushed back. But it works, so, you know, small things that still need to be fixed. Don't judge me. What's up? It is currently the next morning, and we're going to start this thing up. Oh, hello. Just pulling my car out of the driveway, garage, so that I can jump it. Yeah, fun stuff. we are on our way to Mexico. You didn't think that I'd put the turbo in and not take the car for a rip, did you? She made it. Hooray. No weird noises, there's no smoke. Hooray, no smoke. I think we are good. Whoop. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of how to make hour-long jobs take over a week with your host, me. So until next time, yeah, this was really dumb. Yeah.